Then we go to the pay-per-view. Final resolution. JB is Kevin Nash. His head judge is Bob Backlund.
Holy fucking shit, what a payoff.
He's actually here.
He's authorizing it.
That's true. That's Mr. Backlund to JB. Nash thinks they were up and down the road together. He lists all the cities, and Bob is like, I don't know what you're talking about. And Nash is like, must have been Scott Hall.
Easy to confuse the two.
They're two very similar men. I've always said it. You can also hear Dave Penzer hyping up the crowd before this, explaining the rules of the upcoming PCS finals match. These two have a manic comic chemistry that, frankly, Nash does not understand Bob. And there's at least 2 or 3 times where Bob says something and Nash just doesn't know where to go with it.
Yeah, it's hard to like trip Nash up. But like he's like, what the fuck's happening?
Because like Bob is so like just out of nowhere in everything he says that like Nash will try and do a bit with him and Bob will just go crazy. And Nash is like, I don't know what to do with you, bro. Nash wants to know if Bob is up for the challenge of judging this. Bob wants to know if they did their squats, did their Harvard step test, did their takedowns and reversals. Nash is like, well, we did musical chairs and we did pogo and we did a little limbo. And Bob thinks that'll be a rough night for Alex Shelley and Austin Starr.
Which again is fair.
Yeah. And then we get the EY part of that with Bob as well. We get a PCS recap and then we get the finals. Kevin Nash joins commentary. We're introduced to our 3 judges. We get Somoli and Joe. They flew him out from the special tapes, the 2-sided ring.
I forgot about the 2-sided ring.
Big fat oily guy and Bob Backlund. Those are our 3.
It's very funny when like there's a real moment of Bob Backlund sitting next to them both and being like, what the fuck is happening?
Because like Bob is watching incredibly intently.
Oh, I believe he's taking shoot notes.
Yeah, I think Bob takes this deathly seriously. And then you have big fat oily guy and Somoli and Joe there. Shelley has his like 50-50 dyed hair and his nice silver gear. He looks cool.
Oh, dude, he looks $1 million fucking bucks here.
Nash and Tenay reminisce about Nash beating Backlund for the WWE title, and they have very different memories of it. Oily guy is eating and oils himself. Bob takes comprehensive notes. Aries writes positive things in Somoli and Joe's notebook for himself.
Which, as we will find out later, pays off.
It does have a swinging effect. The match goes to a time limit draw with Aries in control at the end.
But to be important, like fucking Shelley was dominating throughout.
It was Shelley's match. JB collects the judges' scorecards. Somoli and Joe rules in favor of Austin Starr. You would have to question whether that was his autonomous decision or Starr just ticks the boxes.
Yeah, but you know what? He was clapping for him.
Yeah, that's true. He did like Austin Starr.
I was going to say, I feel like he would have done it regardless.
I think Starr would do really well in a 2-sided ring.
That's what I'm saying. It's time to bring him over.
Oily guy rules in favor of Shelley.
That makes sense.
Bob Backlund then gets in the ring and outlines his extensive scoring rubric.
Yep.
First, conditioning, to which he gives Alex Shelley 95 and Austin Starr 92.
Mm-hmm.
Second, takedowns in the proper form, balance, and positions, to which Alex Shelley gets 95, Austin Starr gets 82. So big wash there.
Which makes sense.
Body positions, Shelley, Bob calls him Shelton, 85, Starr 90.
It's a great response, like great facial expression when Shelley gets called Shelton.
Mm-hmm. Alex Shelton, he's my favorite. Pinning combinations, Shelley 9, Starr 10. Which is understandable. Neither of them pinned any of them.
Yeah, fair. That's why the score is so low out of 100.
And the John Cena classic rubric, did they entertain the fans? Alex Shelley 25, Austin Starr 25. It's a draw. Though if you count the total points, Shelley got more points.
Yeah, but he wasn't. It was a round-by-round basis.
Yeah, if you won a round, you get 1 point, I presume. Nash decides the only way to decide this is sudden death. Shelley gets a very quick pin to win the PCS. The other competitors raise Shelley on their shoulders. Starr loses it on Nash after he lost, and Nash pushes him over. Senshi holds him back. Starr says he didn't come to TNA to play games or resurrect Nash's career. The only person in the ring here he respects is Senshi.
And Senshi's like, what the fuck?
I don't fuck with you, bro. You want? I'm not on your side with this.
He's like, he seems genuinely confused by the whole thing.
Yeah, he's like, what part of our relationship made you think I'd like you? It's like, I don't fuck with these X Division games that much, but also, you're annoying.
Yeah.
He asks Senshi to leave with him. Senshi doesn't, so Starr repeats it in warrior tone. He asks, will you leave with me?
Will you leave with me?
Starr slaps him and they brawl. Aries faces off with Backlund as he leaves and gets stuck in a cross-faced chicken wing for his troubles.
So like, it's funny. You think this whole thing would be building to like Aries winning and like Shelley getting screwed by Nash, but like Nash was just like, "Fuck you, man."
Yeah, it's like, I like my boy Shelley, and you're a jerk, and now you'll feud with Loki.
Yeah.
There are two notes coming out of this. The first from the backstage interview. Bob Backlund threatened to walk out of the building when Kevin Nash made a reference to 2 visiting doctors while implying they were trying to get extra pills for recreational use. The segment was retaped with Nash revising his sarcasm.
Yeah, fair.
Which actually might be part of why Nash didn't know how to respond. He's like...
Because he's like, this guy's fucking insane.
And I can't do any of my bits with him. He'll get mad.
Yeah. My bits are too fucking real.
And Samoleon Joe is a former manager who worked on Explosion during the Nashville days called Eddie G. He's BG James' friend from Pensacola and a gopher type, says Dave. I don't know what that means. On the Nashville shows. I guess like a guy who would get stuff for people? I don't know.
A gopher type meaning. An informal, often junior employee or assistant whose primary job is running errands, fetching items, and performing miscellaneous menial tasks.
Fair enough. That's what I could work out by context clues. He had, on the Nashville shows, he had worked as a cheerleader in a rainbow wig. He was always called the controversial Eddie G. If you've listened to some Explozone episodes, we've talked about Eddie G on those. So
Was he controversial?
no, that's always why I was confused.
Tell me about him.
Well, he had a manager feud on Explosion. Mm-hmm. So there would be him and there would be Dave Prazak.
Okay. Dave Prazak's a good manager.
Yeah, they were doing like manager feuding on Explosion.
Who were they managing?
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and check.
Come on.
Because like they were, I think they were usually managing different people. It was basically whoever was on the show that week they would be managing.
Yeah. For whatever locals or people they flew in.
Yeah, so Eddie G and Dave Prazak would be like the managers and they'd be sniping at each other. So that's the PCS. It's very funny to watch back on.
Yeah.
And I like see the reaction of at the time where people were like, "Oh, this stupid bullshit. Why are they doing comedy skits?"
And you're like, "Fuck you, that's the whole thing, man. That's the whole point."
It does stand up as some of the most celebrated comedy in wrestling history, never mind TNA.
Yeah. The other thing I came out of it was like, I wish there was more of it, you know?
Yeah, there are some extended editions on YouTube that you can go and watch for, I think the push-up contest has an extended version. Maybe some of the other ones. So there is a little bit more. But yeah, it's like, it's kind of thing where if Impact was a longer show, you might get like 5-minute segments of this every week as opposed to like, these are all like 90 minutes, fast cut, lots of jokes.
90 minutes.
90 minutes, yes. The longer than an episode of Impact.
It should be the whole fucking show.
Yeah, it's not about 90 seconds long, all of them. And like, it kind of helps, like, it is literally just cutting together what they perceive to be the best bits from these sequences. So that probably helps it a little bit, that it's just all jokes. There's great joke density for these bits. There's a lot of jokes. But yeah, it's really good. I love how none of the X Division guys wrestle this month either.
Yeah, they're busy doing this.
Like Lethal's not off doing random TV matches. Neither is like they're all locked in on their fucking events.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
They can't get distracted.
They're in an important tournament.
Sadly, there has never been another Paparazzi Championship Series.
We could bring it back.
That's true. We should bring it back.
He's a free agent now.
All these men might be in AEW in like 2 months.
Shelley should bring it back as him in the Nash role.
Yeah, with like Dante Martin and Action Andretti and
Nick Wayne,
Leo Rush as the demon Leo Rush or Blackheart Leo Rush.
Well, it depends. He's doing a split personality thing, so
both of them enter.
Yeah, both of them should be entering.
There's right material, and obviously get Nash in if you can.
Yeah,
why not? It would be cool. Yeah. That is the month that is January 2007. As we said, it's very much one of the bigger transition months we've had in a long time, as we were finally like moved away from the initial phase of TNA, and now we're in kind of like the top.
I feel like we're on the other end of it all now.
Yeah, but the TNA is no longer growing. It's like an established entity now.
Yeah.
And we'll get that era of established entity on Spike, the various eras of that, and then we will move into the fucking freefall era, and then the stability era, and then the return of TNA. I'm interested because like they just announced this week that they're doing a 3-part series for Dark Side of the Ring on Jeff Jarrett and TNA. I'm interested to see how they divide that up and what they give attention to.
My thing about it is like I don't think there's that much like salacious material, you know?
Yeah, there's not a lot of like actual like dark, like the two like are probably like the Jeff Hardy incident.
Yeah.
And probably Jesse Sorensen.
Well, I think the first episode's gonna be about Jarrett.
That's true, and like Jarrett's gone through his fucking whole ordeal. Like there was
like him holding up Vince for the money.
Yeah, and like Jarrett's trials and tribulations, and like, listen, you could probably do a whole episode on the weirdness surrounding Karen, Jarrett, and Kurt and Jeff. Like, there's some stuff there probably.
I think that'll be the whole thing, you know.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what the angle they take on that is, and what their take on TNA is, and how much I will actually learn and or like it.
Yeah,